Hello, everybody, and welcome to Algebra 1 with Mr. Chavez. Today, what we're going to do is learn everything that has to do with graphs and finding the slope from a graph. And we're going to take this step by step. So we have our graph. The first thing we need to do is find two bullseye points. You can find more if you want, but we're trying to find two. Remember, bullseye points have to be whole integers. So what that means, it either has to be 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 4. I do not want no decimals. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first bullseye point I see is right here. And this is also my y-intercept. So I'm going to keep going up. The next one I see is right here. And then if you want, you could keep going up. And it's right here. So all of those are bullseye points. Now that we have our 3 points, let's go ahead and try to label them. So the first point is this one. So I'm going to draw dashes down to my x-axis. And I know my x is 0, so I'm going to put parentheses 0, comma. And then my y-axis, since it's right here, I know this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, comma 4. One thing that could help is writing down the side. You can have 0, comma 4. Next thing. This is my next point. I'm going to draw dashes going down to my x-axis. And I know x is 1, 2, so it's going to be 2, comma, and then I'm going to draw to my y-axis, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my point is 2, comma 7. And I'm going to write it on the side over here. Now let's go ahead and find the last one. So we have this point. I'm going to draw my lines going down. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 4, comma. Draw my dotted lines going to the y-axis and go down to the origin. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the last point is going to be 4, comma 10. All right. Now that we got our points, we could go ahead and put them into a table. So we know that this is my x, this is my y, this is my x, this is my y, this is my x, and this is my y. So inputting them into a table should be pretty straightforward because all we're going to do is draw a t. On the left side, I'm going to put x. On the right side, I'm going to put y. And all we're going to do is copy our coordinate pairs into the table. So the first one is x is 0, y is 4. X is 2, y is 7. X is 4, y is 10. So now that we have a table, let's go ahead and try to find the slope. So I'm going to show you the two different ways to find the slope. Pick whichever one's easiest for you. So the first way I'm going to teach you is drawing arrows. So remember, both the x and y have to go the same direction. So I'm going to put my arrows going down. Okay? So the question I'm going to ask myself is, if my end value is going to be 2, and I started off with 0, what happened in between? So what you're going to do is subtract. So 2 minus 0 gives you 2. Same as this side. For my y's, if my end value is 7, and I started off with 4, what happened in between? So I'm going to do 7 minus 4, and that gives me 3. So then now what we have to do is put it as change in y over change of x. So our change in y is 3. So we're going to have 3 over change in x is 2. So if my slope is 3 over 2, what type of slope do you think this would be? Remember, there's 4. We have a positive, negative, undefined, and 0. Well, let's look at our slope. 3 over 2. Well, we know this slope is positive. So the type of line would be, which is exactly what we had here. Okay? This matches our graph. All right, now that we found the slope using the table, let's go ahead and try to find the slope using the formula. We know the formula is going to be m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we need to go ahead and find our points and label them. The ones I'm going to choose is this one, and I'm going to put x1, y1, and this one, x2, y2. So what I'm going to do now is substitute my points into my formula. So we know m is equal to y2, which is going to be 10, minus y1, which is going to be 4, over x2, which is 4, minus x1, minus x1, which is 0. So we're going to go ahead and subtract this. So we have 10 minus 4 is 6. 4 minus 0 is 4. Well, over here I got 3 halves, and over here I got 6 over 4. One thing we have to remember is we have to reduce this. So 6 over 4 could be reduced to 3 over 2. So whichever method you decide, you still will come up with the same slope, okay? Just remember to always reduce at the end. If you have any questions, please let us know.